Ryan, this probably will have a dramatic impact in the workplace because many employers who may have a certain faith-based belief that it's wrong to have a gay marriage, they may have to reorganize the way they do business with their employees. Do you want to impose that on people who find it offensive? Or, for example, medical healthcare providers who may be opposed to it, or clerks who have to provide the certificates for marriage that offends them. How would you address those points?
Well, there actually are some counties that have set up for the county clerks who don't want to be issuing the licenses for same-sex couples, and some of those counties have said, you know what, that's okay, we'll reassign you, we'll have you do other tasks if you don't want to do that. And I think that businesses need to be respectful of people's religious beliefs. But on the same token, though, we have a lot of laws that protect against discrimination. And so regardless of Proposition 8, you're not allowed to discriminate against people based on their race, based on their religion, based on their sexual orientation. We have laws in place about that. Something I want to address quickly, something that Wayne said about this isn't just about marriage. I agree with that. This isn't just about marriage. This is about no longer marginalizing members of our society. If you look at suicide rates, a third of all teen suicides are gay kids. And you know what? A third of all kids are not gay. All the statistics show that it's about maybe 10% of the population at best. So, you know, this is the effect that you have on people when you marginalize them and you tell them that you can never achieve this. Marriage is a level up here, and at best you can get here. And, you know, I thought we did away with that in this society. You know, we used to have bans on mixed-race marriages, and I can't imagine going back to those days and having people who are in a mixed-race marriage now have those rights taken away and have to say to other people, this is my interracial partner. It's just not the same.
Very quickly,
Right.
just before we get off business, I think it's important to listen to the business community itself. Right here in the San Fernando Valley, the Valley Industry and Commerce Association, one of the most influential business advocacy groups in Southern California, voted overwhelmingly to oppose Proposition 8 for practical matters, not for ideological matters. It creates a human resources nightmare. It makes recruiting quality employees difficult. Don't listen to us. Listen to VICA. They'll tell you what it means for business, and it's a real problem for business.
Do you have any response to those issues?
Well, yeah, I mean, it is a real problem for business. I mean, I'm heavily involved in medical issues, and the recent case down in Vista where a Christian physician was sued because he referred a woman, a lesbian woman who wanted to be artificially inseminated, to his partner, and the procedure was, you know, there was an adequate alternative. He was sued. He lost because he refused to do it. That's the kind of agenda I'm worried about. I'm worried about the fact that the government can go into a school and against my will tell my children what is right and what is wrong about marriage. And that, you want to talk about being marginalized? I feel marginalized because now I'm at odds with the government that I'm supposed to uphold and be a part of the country I'm supposed to uphold and be a part of. That is a very real distinction and an issue for me that I have to deal with on a very real basis with my children on a very daily and very emotional topic.
You know, I just want to respond quickly to that. You know, the Superior Court of Sacramento has already said that that is false and misleading by the proponents of Proposition 8, that there is no mandatory education in the public schools about gay marriage. There is a code, a section of the evidence code, which specifically allows parents to opt out. And if you want to teach your kids something different or whatever you want to teach them in your home, you can teach your kids if you want that gay marriage is wrong. You can teach your kids that interracial marriage is wrong if you want. You can teach your kids that interfaith marriages are wrong if you want. Or you can teach your kids that maybe they should look at polygamy as opposed to one man and one woman. You know, that's your business if you want to do that. The bottom line, though, is that that is, like I said, it's already been declared false and misleading, and it's just not true. They have lies on the TV.
We have only about 2 minutes left, and I'd like to give you a chance to just quick wrap up if you would just...
It's not false and misleading. That's a red herring. It absolutely is not false and misleading. The way it works is that they have to notify you. They may not even notify you that when these classes are going to be conducted, and you have to write a letter to the principal. In Massachusetts, they even threw that out, saying that the state had a compelling right to require students to take part in that education.
Maybe just I could wrap up a last statement here. Homosexual marriage is a as a counterfeit. Marriage is a time-honored, thousands of years old tradition, protecting men and women, protecting children. Anything to the contrary is a counterfeit that cheapens and degrades it. Every sociologist that's looked at this has said in societies that abandon sexually regulated marriage as traditionally defined cease to exist.
Okay.
I would just like to give this
Let's
site,
wrap it up.
for anybody at home who's watching this, you can look it up. Jenkins versus Bowen is case number 34-2008-000-17366. You can look it up for yourself. The Sacramento Superior Court ruling that was false and misleading.
Would you like to wrap it up? Give it the final word.
The final word. Well, thank you again, Meyer. Thank you to the Bar Association, and thank you to everyone who participated. On behalf of Republicans Against 8, thank you for allowing us to participate, and please keep in mind, if you have one takeaway, no matter how you feel about same-sex marriage, it's very different from Proposition 8, the piece of legislation. Please take it upon yourself to consider it in its full context.
Thank you for all participating, and thank you for the San Fernando Valley Bar Association for sponsoring this program. We hope that you will be more informed to make a decision in November on Proposition 8.